Nearly 5 years in prison. That's how long prosecutors want to see former Mayor Catherine Pugh spend behind bars. It's all connected to the scandal involving her self-published children's books. Hello, everybody. I'm Rick Ritter.
And I'm Vic Carter. Nearly 3 months after Pugh pled guilty to federal conspiracy and tax evasion charges, prosecutors are pushing for a tough sentence.
And WJZ is live tonight. Annie Rose Ramos with the new developments. Annie Rose.
That's right, Vic and Rick. Prosecutors filed a 94-page report earlier today in federal court asking for the maximum sentence for the former mayor. That's 57 months. They say it's a just punishment for her longtime pattern of criminality. Federal prosecutors are recommending former Mayor Catherine Pugh be sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison. In a sentencing memorandum filed Thursday, the government wrote, "The facts establish that Pugh deliberately engaged in a broad range of criminal acts while serving as Maryland state senator and mayor of Baltimore City." Law professor Doug Colbert says prosecutors have a strong case.
The federal prosecutors made a very strong and compelling argument that supports their recommendation of 57 months. And it's based upon a pattern of activity over a 7-year period.
According to the documents, Pugh lied to FBI agents who came to her house to seize her personal cell phone. They say she told them she didn't have it and gave them a city-issued phone instead. Agents then called her personal cell phone and heard it ringing under her bed pillow. Federal prosecutors have been investigating Pugh since February 2017. Pugh resigned as mayor in May 2019. She was indicted and charged in November of last year for conspiracy to commit wire fraud, 7 counts of wire fraud, conspiracy to defraud the United States, and 2 counts of tax evasion. The case was built around the fraudulent sales of her self-published Healthy Holly children's books. Pugh pleaded guilty to 4 of the 11 federal charges against her. Prosecutors also wrote Pugh's 7-year scheme to defraud multiple years of tax evasion, election fraud, and attempted cover-ups, including brazen lies to the public, clearly establishes the deliberateness with which she pursued financial and political gain without a second thought about how it was harming the public's trust.
I think the government is saying to all of our elected officials, we will not tolerate corruption while in office.
And Vic and Rick, we heard from Pugh's attorneys earlier today who say they strongly disagree with this sentencing recommendation. Pugh is scheduled to be sentenced on February 27th. Reporting live from the federal courthouse, I'm Annie Rose Ramos for WJZ.
Annie Rose, thank you. In the documents, federal prosecutors also claim that Pugh used her co-owned business called Too Chic Boutique to launder a $20,000 check from local businessman J.P. Grant, who had already contributed the maximum $6,000 to her campaign. Court documents say Pugh was the majority owner of Too Chic Boutique, and her business partners were 3 other women with ties to Baltimore city government, one of whom, WJZ has learned, was Baltimore City Comptroller Joan Pratt. We spoke with Pratt tonight. She tells us, quote, she had absolutely no knowledge of the $20,000 check. She also said the bookkeeper prepared the taxes and she was not aware of the check, and once again stressed she had absolutely no knowledge of it. Pratt has not been charged or accused of any wrongdoing. WJZ reached out to J.P. Grant for comment but have not heard back.